regular meeting to order. Please call roll.
Mayor Querom.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Commissioner Mabry.
Here.
Commissioner Fabia.
Here.
Commissioner Newman.
Here. Please stand and join us in the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start off tonight with any public comment. Okay,
I'd like to make a comment.
yeah, go ahead and just state your
Mike here?
just state your name.
Everyone hear me? My name's Troy Greg. Find the on Twitch. Well, it wasn't on. There we go. Fresh matter. Okay. My name is Greg Malm. I'm reside at 307 Baden Court in Princeton. Just moved in there recently with my elderly father, who's been there since, I think, 1966. Found that the condition of the street was very difficult to deal with the dust issue. Unfortunately, some of the neighbors don't really seem to care very much about the rest of us, and others, I've spoken with 5 others, seem to be quite, as I am, thinking that we need to slow down a bit to make it a tolerable place to live, especially on nice days when we all like to get a little of the outside air in the house. I see now the speed limit is 20. I think it was always that as I grew up there when it was paved. My only suggestion would be that the city maybe lower the speed limit until the paving takes place, and then put it back to whatever they feel is acceptable. But we need to slow some of the people down, and there's nothing I can do about it as is other than speak as I have to several, take some abuse as I have from some others. So. I would say slow it down to 5, and they'll go 10, and then maybe enforce anything higher. But I was just wondering, too, do we have a schedule at all on when maybe that street might get paved?
Yeah, first of all, take that under advisement on the speed limit. I mean, it's, it's unfortunately when you're doing this kind of project and you have to let everything settle, and then we have to get our financing in order, it takes a little time to get going. But we expect to put that out for bids in July, so next month, and then once that goes out for bids and we get the results, I mean, we'll get moving on that project. But, do you have anything to add, Commissioner?
I know I was out there one day and the FedEx guy was cruising through about 30 and I can't know the dust bowl.
Yeah, I spoke with him actually.
Good.
And the UPS guy was really the most understanding. Haven't seen him again, but I told them both to send back to corporate the news that we appreciated if they'd slow down, and they said they would. I've done some studies of it, basically lining out a box according to my dad's property, and then timing some people as they've gone through, and anything below 10 is not bad. I try to lead by example and drive. I checked it out according to the box this morning. I'm going 4.77. Takes me all of a minute and 30 seconds to get out to Backbone Road, so I don't consider that a great amount of my time to give to my neighbors. But anything over 10, it starts to get pretty bad, and some of the people seem to insist on going 18 to 23, and it gets really dusty when you do that. So.
The good news is that on that project here, as you know, the curb and gutter's intact, so really it's just a resurfacing, so whoever gets the contract, they'll be in there doing some grading work, and it's about 5 days worth of work, and then it'll be a whole new surface that'll look really sharp.
What about dust control?
I think Quint has discussed that, and it's one of those situations it costs money to do that, and I think because we're so close to making this happen, I like the idea if we just slow the traffic down just a little bit, that'd go a long ways.
Is that posted out there?
Yeah.
It's posted. There are, I think, 2 signs in the neighborhood. One out near the road and another a little further in, 20 miles per hour.
No, we'll discuss it with the chief and.
Maybe it could just be wetted down. I mean, when I told several of the people, hey, after it rains, go as fast as you want. Just remember it opens up the potholes faster when you do. But it doesn't take much moisture to tamp it down. It really doesn't.
Okay.
There you go. We're going to leave then after this, okay?
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, and Lorena pointed out there are families with children on the block too. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other public comments tonight? Okay, we'll go to Commissioner Newman for the approval of minutes.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight I would like to move that the minutes of the regular council meeting from Monday, May 16th, 2016 be approved as written.
Second.
Motion is second. Any corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. And now we'll go to approval of invoices, and we'll start with Commissioner Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight I have the invoices for Public Affairs and the Department of Accounts and Finances. In the Planning Department, $7,106.03. Administration is $14,943.98. Self-insurance is $124,936.68. And then economic development had no expenses for the month, for this period. Under tourism, $8,265.96. I'd like to point out that of that amount, $6,200 was spent for four new 30-foot by 60-foot flags for the Flags of Freedom. Property Department, $3,824.30. General obligation, $39,783. Tax income and financing, $15,228. The Homestead Fund, $1,134.66. Total invoices for Public Affairs and the Department of Accounts and Finances is $215,222.61. Mayor, I've reviewed these bills. I find them to be true and accurate and move that they be paid.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. And now we'll go to Commissioner Mabry.
Thank you, Mayor Querem. Keeping of the bills and payrolls to the Department of Streets and Public Improvements as follows. The Street Department, a total of $38,731.07. In the Wastewater Collection Department, a total of $17,128.20. Wastewater Treatment, $175. Wastewater Administration, $3,735.95. The Cemetery Department, $11,740.19. And garbage expenditures of $9,514.17. For a grand total of $81,024.58. Mayor Querem, I've examined the bills and payroll and find them to be true and correct, and such payment be made.
Second. Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. Now we'll go to Commissioner Fabia.
Thanks, Mayor. I have bills for public health, safety, civil defense. The police department, I have $66,737.60. For fire ambulance department, I have $50,068.25. For a total invoice of $116,805.85. I've reviewed these bills. I believe them to be true and accurate, and I move they be paid.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. And I'll go to Commissioner Warren.
Thank you. Tonight I've got the bills of payroll with Department of Public Property Utilities. Electric department total of $1,000. Electric generation of $38,232.34. Electric distribution of $47,612.87. Electric administration of $37,911.36. Telecommunications of $3.86. Water treatment of $40,548.99. Water distribution of $5,018.49. And water administration of $235,514.16. For a grand total of $405,870.07. Your Honor, I examine these bills, believe them to be true, and move that we pay them.
I'll second that.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. Thank you, Commissioners. Now we'll move on to regular business, and we'll go back to Commissioner Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight I have ordinance O-16-007. This is the second and final reading of this ordinance. It is to amend the Princeton City Code for under the category of offenses and miscellaneous provisions. In summary, this ordinance will read as follows. It shall be declared a nuisance to use, keep, or store any upholstered furniture, including mattresses manufactured primarily for indoor use, in any yard and or unenclosed porch. I move that we approve this ordinance.
Second.
The motion has been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Comments? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye.
Next, I have Resolution R-16-015. It is a resolution amending the sequence of resolution numbering to correct the scrivener errors in the archives. This is just some administrative corrections that we need to make tonight. We had adopted a purchasing manual for the city of Princeton that passed on May 16th, and that was designated as Resolution R-16-002. We're going to change that to Resolution R-16-013. We're also going to change the engineering services agreement with Farnsworth Group for the Euclid Avenue reconstruction project that was tabled on May 16th. And we're going to change that resolution from R-16-003 to Resolution R-16-014. I make a motion that we approve this resolution.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye.
Finally, I have a monthly building report for May. We have 9 new permits totaling $331,650 under residential, and 1 new commercial permit totaling $17,500. Total permits through May of 2016 are 31 at a value of $2,391,242, compared to a year ago where we had 35 permits value at $800,435, and 2 years ago 31 permits at just under $750,000. Again, showing that 2016 has been a good year for us so far.
Thank you, Commissioner Newman. Now we'll go to Commissioner Fabia.
Thanks, Mayor. I have Resolution R-16-016. Resolution authorizing purchase of a Pierce Aero XT rear mount pumper engine not to exceed $669,503. It has become necessary for the Princeton Fire Department to replace the 1986 Pierce Lance pumper engine due to mechanical issues, safety issues, and general obsolescence issues, meaning a new engine will replace the 1986 Pierce Lance pumper, which is 30 years old, and will allow the 1995 Pierce Saver pumper, 21 years old, to be used in reserve capacity. National Fire Protection Association regulations suggest that fire apparatus be placed as a reserve at 20 years of age and be taken out of service at 30 years of age. The engine that I speak of will be approximately 31, 32 years of age when it is replaced. I would like that we would pass this resolution.
I second.
Motion's been seconded. Comments, corrections?
Chief Woolley is here with his army over there if there are any questions.
Chief, do you have anything to want to come up? Commissioner Warren, I'm sorry. I stuck under the foot there.
The only thing that I have to say about this is this has been something that we've been discussing since I became chief for the last 4 years during our budget process and stuff like that. And with this particular engine being 30 years now, and if we were to order something like this tomorrow, it's going to be a year before we take it, so it's going to be an additional year. And the only thing that I'm worried about is these NFPA regulations and stuff are recommendations, but these are recommendations that the Department of Labor take very seriously. And my biggest fear would be that if we don't start doing something about it now, I'm in fear that the city's going to be taking on some liability that we don't probably really want to risk. So I've got representatives from Pierce Financing, also the dealer that we put this specs together with. If you have any questions for myself or them, now's the time.
If I could, Mayor. First off, we appreciate the efforts that you, as the fire department, went to spec this out. So I'm not a subject matter expert on fire trucks, but you guys are, so I value your opinion, so I have no question about that. My only question tonight would be if, on the financing side of the house, so again, I'm really good with the idea of buying the new fire truck and getting it ordered. And I realize on the financing side that if we prepay this, there's a $20,367 discount which is a great thing, you want to grab that discount. But the question would be is, on a 7-year loan or lease that is at 2.8%, was there any way we could get local financing on that to keep our financing in the area and keep our interest going back to the area?
I thought Rachel looked into that. I thought she had sent that stuff out to you, but she found out that she could not get any better rates here in the city.
She had mentioned that to me as well, that this 2.8% interest was lowest that she could find.
But the question I know Commissioner Warren made is that if we were to take and come up with a lender locally that could match that rate, we would still get the $20,000 discount for prepaying it early through a regular lender, a local lender.
Let me ask the finance guy. I don't believe so, but let me ask him. Is that true?
Yeah, they'd have to be able to accept our performance bond, because the city will issue a performance bond on behalf of Princeton to protect you. We've never, as I say, Pierce has been in business for 104 years, you've never called a performance bond, but it's a performance bond that in case something happens to Pierce, the city's protected because your lease starts, and that 2.8% interest rate, that's locked in today. And then your first payment will be due 1 year from the date of the lease inception. So your payments are fixed all the way through.
So if we were to finance it locally, we'd still get the $20,000 discount. It's just that we're financing it through your arm of Pierce, which is PNC, right? That's your
Correct. Yeah, we partner with
PNC Bank. My thinking, I wish Rachel was here, my thinking is that I would like to possibly propose that we could approve the purchase of the fire truck with the understanding that we take 1 week to do due diligence to make sure that no local bank could match that rate or work with that rate and still get that discount and get this truck ordered. I don't want to delay the order of the truck, but and if they can't meet that rate, that Rachel would have the authorization then go ahead and go through PNC. I just would like to see that money stay local if possible. Those are banks on the main street that pay taxes and they pay utilities, and we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to loan money on that fire truck.
Do we know if Rachel contacted the local banks?
She told me she was going to, and when I talked with her, she didn't get into any specifics on percentage rates, but she said that as far as the percentage rates that we were going to be getting through the PNC was the best deal that she was able to find.
So it's right here in the comments. Both of these interest rates are in line with recent interest rates provided by local. But I think it's the locked in for a year that is probably the selling point.
Let me add one more thing. There's one thing that we did to help the city out. We did a step-up payment plan. We worked with Rachel on this. The first year is going to be $50,000, and then the second year is going to be $75,000, and then the third year is going to pop up to kind of work with the city's budget. So that's one thing to look at too.
Sure, and I appreciate it, but we're still paying the 2.8% interest on the loan, no matter if we're going to pay $50,000 principal or whatever. We're still the balance. We're paying the 2.8%.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. Like I said, I'm not trying to be antagonistic. I think the fire truck is a go. I just wish that we could figure out a way to make sure that the local lenders had one more chance. Pete, are you aware of do you know how it went with financing?
No, I'm just assuming that what she put in her memo is indicates that she did her research.
What's the, we still owe on the ladder truck?
Yes, we do, and in that memo that she sent out, she's got it laid out as far as, okay, if you go to the third page, on fiscal year 16-17, our capital for the fire department, that was our last payment on the ambulance that we bought 2 years ago, and the $128,000 for the aerial ladder, so that's $175,000. Then this year there'll be 2 more payments, and I think the reason why we got the step or the tiered financing through the quote through PNC was so the last 2 years of the aerial tower, we've got an amount there that we're paying now. And then once we move into the 3rd, 4th, 5th year, we're actually paying about $9,000 or $8,000 less than what our capital is right now. Just so it wasn't such a big hit on the city and working out that way.
How's everybody feel about Commissioner Mabry's proposal?
I guess we don't know really what work was done behind the scenes on looking at the financing options with, between PNC and the local lenders. We don't know what took place.
Right, yeah, you know, it's difficult with Rachel not being here, but she did all the legwork on this, but she is gonna be back tomorrow. Wednesday? Well, we could push this, I don't have a problem.
Take the approval.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with what Commissioner Mabry's proposing, and,
Approve the purchase, but just take 5 days or 7 days to evaluate financing options.
And it wouldn't have to come back to the council for approval. Rachel could make that final decision.
You know, but, I see a bubble.
No, I guess I'm confident that Rachel has done her due diligence and the check with the local banks. It's just an assumption on my part that they knew that we were looking at this replacement equipment as well as the next items on the agenda as well, so.
I feel that, yes, Rachel did do her homework, and I would go with Rachel's recommendation.
Okay, so we have the motion, so we've had a discussion. Any additional?
Are we tabling the financing, or?
We're going with your motion still on the table, my understanding.
It hasn't
Just
changed.
past the fire truck.
No, this is the resolution as written is what we're seconding.
Okay,
There would be no changes if we vote at this point.
okay.
And if everybody, I mean, it sounds like the consensus is to go forward with what we have.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna vote on the original resolution, right, and see how that goes.
Correct.
Okay.
So, call roll.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
I'll go with aye, please.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye.
I just think that Rachel has proven that she would do her due diligence on this. I think she's done her homework.
I think sort of going to ask her when she
Yeah,
comes back, and
you bet.
for some reason she had.
First things is we want to get the fire truck ordered. That's the main thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Fabia. I'll go to Commissioner Warren.
Thank you. Tonight I've got Resolution R-16-017. It's a resolution authorizing the purchase of a Terex aerial bucket and truck chassis not to exceed $215,000. This is actually replacing a 1993 unit that we have in the electric line department. This was budgeted for this current year. I move that we accept this resolution.
I'll second that.
Motion's been second. Any comments or corrections or comments? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye.
We also have Resolution R-16-018. It's a resolution authorizing the purchase of a Premier DC 1500 diesel chipper not to exceed $60,000. Again, this was in this current year's budget. I believe this came in a little bit cheaper than what we thought, so I move that we approve this resolution.
I'll second that.
Motion's been second. Any comments?
This is the chipper so that our line crew can trim trees out of the power lines.
Bring it in-house. Yeah, these were both the previous, on the bucket truck and on this chipper, these were both discussed in depth during our budget process. They were both budgeted for. This is part of our new purchase policy, is that anything over $20,000, even though it was budgeted, we are going to bring it to the council for approval, which was not done in the past. So, any further comment?
On this bucket truck, they talked about the possibility of trading it for a chipper truck. Would the assets from the sale of the 1983 bucket go toward the purchase of the chipper, or do we?
Yeah.
Jeff, you want to come up?
Yeah, we're just looking at the possibility of the old bucket truck, the 93, which we don't get anything for triggers on. We're exploring the avenue of, maybe trading it or selling it outright and buying a chipper truck. So we're still looking into that
So
one.
we have two chipper trucks? Is that what I'm?
No.
No, the truck is what's ahead of it?
Yes, got it. Yeah, the chipper truck pulls the chipper and the chips get blown into it.
Thank you.
Any further comment? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye, thank you, Commissioner Warren. I'll go to the city manager report. There's just a couple of items here. First thing on the list is the revenue expenditure report. This is a new report that we're going to be issuing at every meeting, and what this is going to give a running total of where we are with each department and what we're spending our money on. So it's going to show and this is always going to run about a month behind, but it's going to show what we paid for the month, and it's going to show what the current year's budget was, what the percent of where we are within that budget on a month-to-month basis, and what is remaining in the budget for that line item. So this is something that will really help us keep tab on where our money is being spent. Also, we've got bid opening for the South Church Street improvements. Will be June 15th, 2016 at 10 a.m. I believe that was in the paper on Saturday. It's been posted. So the bid opening for the South Church Street improvements will be June 15th, 2016, 10 a.m. here at City Hall. Under mayor comments, I've got two reappointments to the Board of Directors of the Princeton Public Library. Drew Russell for a 3-year term expiring on June 30th, 2019, and Jan English also for a 3-year term expiring on June 30th, 2019. Entertaining motion to approve these reappointments.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve Drew Russell for a 3-year term expiring June 30th, 2019, as well as Jan English for a 3-year term expiring June 30th, 2019.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any comments? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. And the final thing I have on my agenda is we have had a number, recently, oddly enough, confusing circumstances where addresses were either missing or not visible from the street, numbers on people's homes, address numbers. So we want to remind residents and businesses that addresses are a requirement for their buildings. Compiling with this ordinance could save a life or otherwise prevent confusion if a need arises at any building in town. So we're asking all residents to review their own address to make sure it's meeting our standards. And those basic standards are buildings shall have approved address numbers placed in a position to be plainly legible and visible from the street or road fronting the property. Those numbers shall contrast with their background. Address numbers shall be Arabic numerals or alphabet letter. Numbers shall be a minimum of 4 inches high and a minimum stroke width of 1 inch. Old business, any old business? Any new business? Any public comment? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn to our next regular meeting.
Mayor, I move that we adjourn to the next regular meeting on Monday, June 20th, 2016, at 7 p.m. here at City Hall.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman. Mayor Querem.
Aye, and this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. How you been doing? Thank you very much.